All right, what up, people? It's your boy Chid from Guna Eagle Eye coming to you again. This time with a brand new show. It's called Eagle Eye. And in this show, I'm really going to be talking about the kind of rumors that I spotted with my eagle eye. Gosh, how corny is that? But really, I've always kind of wanted to do a transfer rumor show because if you're an Arsenal fan, the one thing you've perfected is to try and look for transfer rumors where you've not been able to see any before. Because as an Arsenal fan, summer is the most frustrating, annoying time for us. It's like we're essentially like a poor family watching other people open really good Christmas presents. A case in point was yesterday. Let's just get my rant out of the way, and then we could get on with the show. Fabinho. Now, anyone who follows me on Twitter at Colossal Chick, quick plug, you know, would have seen me go off on one really yesterday. So obviously the news broke that Liverpool have pretty much signed Fabinho for 43.4 million, which, I mean, from guests on the show to myself on the show, I mean, if there was ever a player that was tailor-made for what the fuck we need, it was Fabinho. Not only is this man a good player in his actual position, which is a defensive midfielder, the one who made Bakayoko look, he essentially got Bakayoko his move to Chelsea. But he also can play right back. I mean, my gosh, do we not need a spare right back? We're trying to sign a 34-year-old Swiss guy who probably once upon a time was a good player, but he's 34 years old. I mean, come on. When you're older than me, there's a problem, all right? And it's just, and I looked at that and I just got so salty because I understand before someone starts telling me some shit that I know Liverpool got themselves 100 and whatever it was, 175 odd million for Coutinho, whatever the fucking figure was in the end. But they are not rampant. They are doing what I wish our American owner would do. And I just thought, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to see if I can really make a decent push and a decent effort and try and get this team to where it needs to be. So they're not being linked with jabronis. You know, they're going for these players, you know. They're on the verge of signing Fekir, another player who I absolutely love for Arsenal. Love. And I know my last video got me in so much beef like I predicted. You know, I had to block so many fucking people because people cannot stand having a different opinion to you. They have to resort to insulting you. No problem. I've got space. I've got plenty of room in the block party for them motherfuckers. So my block party VIP list is going up and up and up off the back of that video. If you want to know the video I'm talking about, go and check out my last video on Mesut Ozil. It's explosive. Let's put it that way. But I also got in trouble for having the audacity to say that I want Fekir to replace Ozil if he was to leave. Like Fekir is some sort of jabron. We're about to see how good that guy really is, and the sort of formidable partnership that you just know is going to form with Salah when he comes on board. Liverpool's only problem is where to fit everybody. Quite frankly, why the fuck would you come to Arsenal over Liverpool? As much as it pains me to say, because I hate Liverpool fans, as much as it pains me to say, why would you come to Arsenal over us? They've got Champions League football. They've got a manager who's exciting and they're playing vibrant football. The only thing that's really exciting from us at the moment is there's an element, for once, of the unknown. We've got a manager who has pedigree. You know, let's face it, has won a hell of a lot more than fucking Jurgen Klopp. Let's be real here. Let's be real here. So I'm hoping that together with the fact that he might be able to get some, at least 10, 15, 20 more % out of this current squad, and then get rid of some of these jabronis like fucking Mustafi. Get rid of his punk ass. You know, people like that. Get rid of Deadwood, try and get as much money for them as possible, and then go out there and buy somebody. To me, it feels like a missed opportunity because going back to the Fabinho thing, you know, Arsenal, I don't know if they're just doing this for show. And I'm trying not to be cynical. I'm trying. I am desperately trying not to be cynical. But after the story broke that Liverpool had signed this guy, Sky Sports are going heavy with the fact that Arsenal tried to make a late move for him. What did you do that for? To make it look like you're trying to make an effort? To me, I'm desperately disappointed. If that's the case, that they tried to make a late move, that Liverpool just stole the march on them. And admittedly, that story came from nowhere. I mean, Liverpool, everybody else was being talked about being linked to Liverpool. You know, Fekir, they're trying to buy this Alisson goalkeeper. And if anyone saw the Champions League final, they desperately need a goalkeeper. The Fabinho thing, to be fair, came from fucking nowhere. But it's just disappointment that all right, so you clearly recognize that you need a defensive midfielder. Why not just go out there and get these type of people? Why do you have to wait until a team has made a move for that player before you want to try and act like you're trying to sign these players? And that's what's pissing me off about it. But to me, all in all, fine. I'm going to try and be optimistic. I'm going to try and move past it. I'm going to try and stop watching what Liverpool are doing and focus on what we're trying to do. We're speaking of which, so it looks like we're about to sign this Socrates guy. And I've had a few tweets asking me what I think about Socrates. Do you know what I mean? What can I say? He's been at Dortmund for 10 years, Greek international, 29 years old, bit of a no-nonsense defender. Had a poor season last season, to be honest. He had a really poor season last season. It's kind of it, really. It's just, I guess he's 29 years old, so he's not a finished player. You know, he's a player that theoretically is coming to the prime of their career, and you're hoping that the fresh challenge in a different league will kind of revitalize him a little bit. But it's not a particularly exciting signing. It's not a Van Dijk type signing, which is what I wanted. You know, even with this Freiburg youngster, I know he's supposed to be good, and Mems is going to kill me because, you know, he's Turkish, he's very, very talented, probably a very, very good player. But why are we not going for someone like a Koulibaly? Yeah, we probably have little to no chance of getting him because we don't have Champions League football. But here's the other thing. Money fucking talks. Liverpool are showing that. All right, they've got Champions League football. But money fucking talks at the end of the day. Most of these players wouldn't mind coming Premier League if you show them the dough. And we've got the dough. No, I don't want to hear these stupid stories of £50 million budgets. I want to see stories of us making a conscious effort to go and get world-class players. And even if at the end of the day, they choose not to, I just want to see some effort from Ivan, which brings me to Ivan. You guys know I'm not a particularly big fan of him. I feel like he's a bit of a weasel character. I've said it before and I'll say it again. And a lot of people are saying to me, oh, we've got to give him credit. You know, he's got rid of Wenger. He's saying all the right things. There seems to be a catalyst of change. He's changed all the back. Cool. This is all fantastic bit of noise. I still want to see some, and don't get me wrong, he deserves a lot of credit for finally getting rid of Wenger and bringing in what I deem to be a very capable manager. You can bring Jesus Christ on board. If you don't give him the players, what exactly do you want him to do? And the fact of the matter is, these group of players have shown season in, season out. Even under Wenger, yes, people will say, yeah, but that's because of Wenger. Listen, Wenger was heavily responsible for our poor performances. But don't tell me that these motherfuckers are world beaters either. You have to go out there and give him some money. No one's asking you to give him Man City truckload money because it's just not realistic. And to be honest, I wouldn't want us to spend 500 million on players. For what? For what reason? But go and be realistic. You finished, for example, Liverpool. You finished all that way behind Liverpool, and you see what Liverpool are doing. They're not resting on their laurels. This is the same team that got to a Champions League final, that finished in the top 4, and they're still looking to improve. They're not talking about no £50 million budget. They're talking about tens of hundreds of million, if necessary, to go and make sure that they secure their place and, dare I say it, challenge for a fucking league. Yes, for me as a fan, Emre's first objective is to try and get us in the top 4. That doesn't mean he shouldn't be aiming to win the fucking league. And that's what I want to see us doing. I want to see us go out there. Yes, we don't have Champions League football, but fuck's sake, we're Arsenal. We're banter aside, I don't give a fuck what anyone tells me. We're the biggest club in London. Go and fucking act like it. Go and say, all right, cool, we're having you. And this is how this is what we've got to sell you on. And go and sell us to these players. Because it's all about, as much as buying players is important, you have to sell the idea of Arsenal to these players. Remind them what the fuck it's like to be Arsenal. Remind them this is a brand new fucking project. This ain't nothing like you've seen before. Excite them. That's all I want us to do. So, Ivan, if you really want me off your back, if you really want me to stop calling you a weasel, sacking Wenger was a perfect start. Bringing in Emre was a wonderful continuation of that. To finish the job, this is your big summer, son. And this 50 million type budget, I don't want to hear this shit. I don't want to hear this shit. I want you to go and drive your truckload to Sven or whoever the hell it is that buys these players and go and get them. Go and get them. Go and secure them. And then by all means, sell whoever the fuck you need to sell in order to recoup some of that money back. But be realistic with your transfer budget. Stop nickel and diming these fucking teams. I mean, my gosh, even when this Socrates guy, you knew he was 16 million. 16 million isn't a crazy amount in football. Meanwhile, you're trying to bid 13 million. Are you dumb? So I don't like this shit. I don't like this shit. You don't go into Tesco and say, oh, here's a bottle of milk. Oh, it's £1.50. I'll tell you what, I'll give you 80p. They'll laugh in your face. All right, people, I'm out of it. You guys let me know what you think of the stories below. Am I overreacting about Fabinho, as so many of you told me on Twitter? Leave it in the comments below. If you like this video, absolutely crush, destroy, drop kick the shit out of that like button. I appreciate it every time you guys do that. I'll be back later this week with plenty more content for you, so keep it locked. Take care. I'm out of here. Peace.